Today on the Highground, we're reviewing episode 6 of The Mandalorian, The Prisoner.
Just like old times.
And welcome to a new episode of The Highground. I'm your host, Cisco, and my other host,
Adrian.
welcome along. Or is it welcome along? Welcome aboard.
Welcome
Welcome
aboard.
aboard.
It's like, all right, well, bye. All right.
Bye.
Go along.
Welcome along. Bye.
All right.
Bye-bye. Move along.
Just pass them.
Move along.
Move along. Oh, yeah. Those aren't the droids that we're looking for. Move along.
Move along.
Move along.
Move along.
I like that little segue. That's pretty good.
I was trying to save it in some way. I guess I did.
It was saved. It was saved. Yeah. There you go.
How are you, man?
All right, dude. It's just it's super hot right now.
I know. Tell me about it. And we're on episode 6. We have 2 more episodes after this one. We're almost there, and then
Just 2 more.
we're getting close to season 2 of the
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
It's a hashtag now. I'm not gonna say I coined it, but
I think you're the one that says it because I haven't heard anyone else say it, or I haven't.
But the other day I was posting something on Instagram, and it's an actual hashtag now. So
really,
I think,
Mandalorian.
some other Mandalorian. So I think some other people got a.
You heard it here first, so.
It's that collective mindset that a lot of people have. Yeah.
We said it here first.
I should have trademarked it.
I know. Damn it.
Whatever.
From now on, you got a hashtag Mandalorian on every episode. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, definitely will.
Let's get started with this episode, man.
Mm-hmm.
So we find Mando.
Right.
He's it seems like he's looking for a job.
He still has no money.
No money.
Still has no money. Yeah.
No. And he contacts an old friend of his that when he used to do his I guess his odd jobs, when he used to be part of a group, I guess.
Yeah, he had a little crew.
Yeah. He it feels like how they were explaining how he was back then compared to now.
Mm-hmm.
He seemed a lot more ambitious and evil.
Yeah. There's a few between Xian and Rand that how they reminisce about the old days. It seems like Mando was crazy.
Yeah.
he was a rogue, man.
Yeah.
He was a guy who would get things done.
Mm-hmm. Like he didn't want any compensation. He just wanted to kill people.
Target practice.
Yeah, he had bloodlust, which is kind of insane that you don't see in this character now because he seems a little bit more mature. I guess he has like a soft spot because of Baby Yoda.
Well, and then all people change.
Mm-hmm.
Once in a
Yeah.
people change. People
Mm-hmm.
change. Yeah.
And then there was like some sort of like romantic. They had a romantic entanglement with Xian,
which we'll get to later.
Yeah. So I want to talk about that, which is gonna be hilarious and kind of awkward.
Oh, all right.
Oh, all right. So he runs into an old friend, which is what's his name?
His name is I have it right here. Ranzar Mulk.
Ranzar. I can't even pronounce it. I have a hard time pronouncing his name. That's how I was like, you're better if you say it.
Yeah, it's Ranzar, but he just goes by Ran.
Ran? Oh,
yeah.
Ran.
Yeah.
Yeah, he runs into an old friend, and he's telling him, the only reason I let you back in here is because I need the Razor Crust. Yeah,
Rand is hatching like a plan, something's going on.
Yeah, we don't know yet, but we actually do, but we don't know what he wants you to know unless you're watching it for the first time.
Yeah.
But he pretty much wants to rescue someone on a gunship, but he doesn't tell you that it's a New Republic gunship, right?
Or that it's a prisoner. New Republic gunship.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a prisoner transport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No questions asked.
No questions asked. That's
part of
their
slogan. That's their slogan.
Yeah.
Right. He introduces the crew that's going to be accompanying Mando.
Mm-hmm.
We get to meet Mayfield, which is acted. What's it?
Played.
Played.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what's wrong with it? Played
Uh-huh.
Today I'm not on my game today.
It's too hot.
It's too hot.
Yeah, it's too hot.
He's being played by Bill Burr.
Bill Burr, very funny comedian. He's had some like serious acting before, especially on Breaking Bad. He plays like one of Saul Goodman's like little cronies. So he's good, and of course I love his comedy and all that in his shows.
I never would have pictured him as a Star Wars fan since
he likes to trash on him.
Yeah, he could be a closet nerd. No.
Yeah. Right? I don't know. I like that he's in it. I like that like there's no makeup on him. It's just it's just Bill Burr.
Yeah. Bill Burr, ex-Imperial.
Sharpshooter.
He's not a stormtrooper.
No, he
got
makes
offended with that.
Yeah, he makes that point.
He makes that clear.
The only thing I don't like about him is his name. It sounds so American generic.
It felt very. His name is. I didn't feel like anything, but it was more of a kind of like an old Western name.
Exactly. And I don't know if that's like purpose or they did that to kind of get that connection. But I just don't like his name. They could have gave him a better name, but that's what we deal with. That's what we have. Okay. Yeah.
And then he introduces us to Berg.
Berg.
Which is played by.
I
have it right here. I wrote him down. Clancy Brown.
I
always forget his name.
I kind of remembered his name because it's such a weird name. Clancy. Like the only other Clancy I know is like Tom Clancy. But he's a fantastic actor. And Shawshank, Spaceship Troopers.
Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers. Oh, I'm out of it. Oh my god.
It's the heat. It's the heat. It's so hot for this time.
And he's really into voice work too. And he's done
famously known as Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs, of course. And he has another Star Wars connection in which he's Savage Opress in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And he's not the only Clone Wars actor that we're going to see in this episode.
No, we'll talk about him later.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay.
And then we get to meet, after Berg, we get to meet the droid, which
Zero.
is Zero, played by
Richard Ayoade.
Which he's famously known for.
He's a British comedic actor. He's in let's say IT Crowd. Of course, he plays Moss in IT Crowd.
Awesome.
I love that.
Pretty
I
awesome.
I love that show so much.
If you guys haven't seen the IT Crowd, watch it. It's on Netflix.
He's a very skilled director too. He has only 2 movies out, but his first movie, Submarine, I would recommend if you kind of like that artsy stuff. But I was really happy. I like his voice.
Yeah. Oh no, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
He also directed one of the Yeah Yeah Yeahs music videos.
Yeah. He directed one of those, and he directed one episode of Community.
I totally forgot about that.
Because IT Crowd was so popular in the UK that they tried to branch it over here in the US, and
that was terrible.
Counterpart, there was only one pilot. It never went anywhere.
No.
But his counterpart was played by Joel McHale, and of course Joel McHale was the star of Community, and he, through connections and whatnot, he directed one episode. So that's that story.
So we find out he's gonna be the pilot. He's the driver.
He's the driver. He's the getaway driver.
He's the getaway driver.
Right.
And we all know that Mando doesn't like that.
Yeah.
But he has no choice. So he has to go along with it. And then we get to meet Xi'an. His love and his ex-lover or ex-girlfriend.
Twi'lek?
Which is a Twi'lek.
I don't know. How do you... Twi'lek?
Twi'lek.
I say Twi'lek.
I always say Twi'lek.
Is it Twi'lek?
feel like Twilight.
I don't know.
Which
But
she was in Harry Potter.
yes, actress Natalia Tena,
Mm-hmm.
Harry Potter. What's her name in Harry Potter?
I don't. God. Nymphadora.
Nymphadora.
I believe.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
She plays Lupin's wife
Mm-hmm.
in the last movies, and she plays Osha. Osha in Game of Thrones, in which Pedro Pascal was also in Game of Thrones.
A little connection.
Little
Maybe
connection
that's
there.
the reason why they were tying that together.
Maybe they never had any screen time, but
who knows?
We'll see. Yeah.
And that's the crew, right?
That's the crew right there.
All right. And so they immediately board the Razor Crest. They really don't stay there that long, and they just take off.
Straight to the game plan.
Yeah.
They're gonna take it out.
Mm-hmm. And you see Zero flying the ship. It goes into light speed, and they have an interesting banter with each one of the characters, which I thought was probably my favorite part in the whole episode, when they're just talking to each other.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just love those little scenes where they're just like chit-chatting with each other, but they're like, there's this tension.
There's a lot of tension. And I like how Mayfield, he's a comedic. He has all the good lines.
Mm-hmm.
Shian's just there like hissing.
Yeah. What is she, a cat?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I never knew they had fangs.
Yeah, some of them do, not all of them.
Some of them do.
Yeah.
But I like how
it depends on the species.
Maybe. But I like how everyone craps on the Razor Crest.
Oh yeah.
Mayfield mentions that it looks like a Canto Bight slot machine, which is a connection to the sequel trilogy, and then he makes a connection with the prequel trilogy.
Mm-hmm. He also talks about the guns.
Yeah. And he does a an imitation. Yeah. Oh my god, it's so funny.
Which I thought was wrong, but I thought it was hilarious.
First time I saw it, I laughed super hard. I was like, oh my god.
Because they all want to know what's underneath the helmet. Yeah. They all want to know how he looks. And so Berg is kind of intrigued by it.
Yeah.
And so is Mayfield. And
these
they think
these
that
are
they
like
could
the
easily
school.
Yeah.
Yeah, the school punks.
The school punks.
Yeah, that just punk around their friends. They're like weak friends. I didn't like it too much, but. Yeah. And
during that talk, they were discussing about some hanky panky that went around with Mando and Xian.
Yeah.
And I guess he never takes his helmet off.
Again, I'm gonna say he's like this. My helmet's not the only helmet you're supposed to look at.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know how he does it.
I don't know. I'm just glad he's protected.
Yeah, there you go.
Keep the helmet on.
She says the lady doesn't tell.
Of course, she's awesome.
Which is funny. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how connected or how deep their relationship was.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously,
it was deep because after when he left, she was kind of pissed.
Okay.
Because that's what they were saying, that she was pissed off that he took off.
And she kind of has like a lover scorn,
right?
Like kind of thing with him.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe it got too intense and he just didn't like it.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know what? I gotta go. See you later. Bye. Mando being Mando, you know?
He just comes in, does the job, and leaves. Oh. All right.
That's going to be edited. Just kidding. So, during the fight, there's like not a fight, but there's like they're trying to get his helmet off. Yeah, a little skirmish, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And Mando pushes Berg out of the way, and he accidentally hits a couple buttons and opens up the latch to where Mando sleeps.
Mm-hmm. Which is really tight and cramped.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And what do we see? Baby Yoda's inside, and he's all curious to see what was going on. and they're all curious because they've never seen the Yoda species before.
Mayfield's like, did you guys make that? I'm like, I don't know. There's no tentacle on the heads, and the ears are all out of whack, but okay.
Which is pretty hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I love those little one-liners.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so cool. And Mayfield pretends to drop the baby because he wants Mando to take off the helmet.
Yeah.
And during
He's
that,
still going on that. Yeah.
and during that
jerk.
time, Zero comes out of hyperspace and does these crazy maneuvers where he doesn't tell any of the crew members, and everyone's just falling all over the place. They drop Baby Yoda onto the floor.
Yeah.
Mando tries to protect him, and Zero does an awesome job moving the Razor Crest into position onto the New Republic prison ship, right?
The prison transport.
Prison transport.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
And everyone's just all pissed off because they're like bumping around, and even the child like falls and like bumps his head or whatnot. Doesn't cry.
No,
a 50-year-old shouldn't cry.
No.
But it's a rocky entrance.
Yeah. So they immediately spring into action. Mm-hmm. They start going with the plan that they were. I guess we didn't get to see what the plan was, but they immediately know what they're doing. Everyone knows what they have to do. Mando opens up the hatch. Sorry. They and Mayfield has to be the first one to go in, and he's like, "Really? Up to be the first one?" Like, yeah, the leader always goes first. So he goes, checks it out. There's a couple cool, giant, weird-looking obelisks.
They look
like
pill capsules.
Yeah, pill capsules floating around,
roaming around
with guns.
They kind of look like something out of Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like
Daleks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like that.
Floating Daleks.
They probably even talk like that. Nerd connections.
I know.
Yeah.
What is it? What do they say? What's their famous line? I totally forgot.
Destroy something. I don't know.
Exterminate.
Yeah, something like that. Okay.
So they start sneaking in there. They're creeping around. Mando's not happy because he wasn't told that they were breaking into a Republic ship.
Mm-hmm.
But the good thing is that they tell him, well, this whole ship has nothing but robots. So you don't have to worry about killing any droids. Yeah,
he doesn't have any qualms about harming other people. And then like the interior of the prison transport kind of looks like the tent of 4 too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like it has the same white walls and the lights and all that stuff. And I think that's they did that on purpose so like you could connect with between you want to say like a good guy rebellion thing and a bad guy Imperial thing, which will probably have like black walls instead of the white. And and how
you can tell the difference. I mean, the architecture of the New Republic is kind of similar to the architecture of the old Imperial ships, but they just made everything brighter, whiter. Mm-hmm. And the costumes, like they're so cheesy for like. So they're heading to the main part of the ship to gain control over the security system. So they're making their way, and Berg, being how he is, very reckless, very hot-headed, destroys a mouse droid, which is interesting because I thought you would only see those in Imperial ships, but I guess the Republic uses them too.
I think it's like a universal thing. What do they actually do?
They're supposed to guide, send, I guess, packages and have letters, I believe. I really don't know.
I think like every vessel or transport ship, but depending on the size, we'll probably have a couple of mouse droids around. Because we've seen them in the Republic.
They could be like Roombas.
Yeah.
Right? Like space
cleaning around and all that. Cleaning after like the prisoners and all that. And And
Giving them food or something.
yeah, we do see one of the prisoners in which we see in Solo, a Arduranian.
Is that the monkey one?
The 4-armed monkey guy in which Jon Favreau voices him in Solo. So I think that was a little connection right there.
There was also like I want to say an Imperial officer that was in there.
Yeah,
But I couldn't tell if he was or not.
He kind of had like the insignia, he had the rank on his shoulder. I'm sorry, on his chest, and then he had the gray outfit on too. So like, I didn't catch that the first time around, but I did this time.
Yeah, they showed a couple of other creatures. It wasn't really heavily
occupied.
Yeah, but it did have its troops. And I'm surprised how slow it's going for a prison ship.
Yeah, wouldn't you want the prisoners to be on something that could probably do like light speed and as quickly as possible, and it's just like hovering there?
Yeah, unless it came out of hyperspace.
Maybe that too.
Near a prison or something. Or they were in no hurry because they know they're not going to get attacked.
Yeah, that too.
So I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Maybe. Who knows? They really don't really get into details. So they run into a couple droids. They're pretty cool. They're these long janky droids, and they start shooting at them because Berg decided he was gonna destroy the little mouse droid, which ended up like
alerting the others.
The others. It triggered the alarms and everything in there. And Mando disappears because he's smarter than they are, and he went around. And I felt like the entire time it was like a Batman episode,
right?
With Mando using his grappling hook, and using all these moves, and his cape flying around everywhere. It's very Mando, very Batman.
Right. And he kills all those droids by himself. Like everyone just watches him.
Yeah. They didn't even try to help him.
They didn't even try to help him. Oh my god, these guys.
They seemed like they were having a good time. It seemed like they were having a good time watching him.
Something's up.
Yeah.
They all look at each other like,
Yeah.
Something's going
on. So they get they kill the droids, and then they start moving into the main part of the ship, to the bridge, and they open the doors. And we run into there's actually a human in the bridge.
There's actually like an organic pilot in which Mando was surprised to see.
He wasn't ready for it.
Yeah.
And who was that?
That was Matt Lanter.
Matt Lanter.
Lanter.
Yes. He's the voice of Anakin Skywalker in the Clone Wars.
There's a connection with him and Clancy Brown.
I was surprised that he was in there. I didn't recognize him.
Me neither. Until it was told, and like somebody on a video was like, "Yeah, this is the guy."
When I saw the recap,
I'm like, all right.
How again?
Oh, I
guess. So he's there, and he has this little cube, which if he presses it, it actually calls in some Republic fighters to destroy the entire prison vessel, which is kind of strange.
Right.
So he gets into this Mexican standoff with Mayfield. He points the gun. They're pointing the guns at each other. And then Mando's like telling him to calm down. Seems like he's calming him down a little bit.
Yeah, he kind of drops his blaster a little bit too.
Yeah, and then he points the gun at Mayfield because Mayfield doesn't want to. And then Mayfield points the gun at him. And then we have Berg that points the gun. And so they're just pointing guns everywhere. Guns. And we have Shion that was just annoyed of what was going on and decides that, you know what, I'm just going to take matters into my own hands. I'm just going to kill this guy. Throws her little knives. Dead. What are those knives? Knives easily kill people.
They're like throwing knives, and I don't know. They're kind of. She turns on a light too.
Yeah.
So either they're magnetic or like they're they go faster or they always hit their spot. I don't know, some type of technology. But I like how they all have their thing.
Mm-hmm.
Berg has his super dumb strength. Xi'an has her knives, and then and Mayfield has his little
blaster,
shoulder
little
gun,
extra arm.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's so. I like that little thing. It fits him, but it's also funny that he has another little freaking gun. That was so stupid. But I like it.
He's like the Predator, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little less cooler, but yeah, I like that.
So they have, was it 15 or 20 minutes before the
so when the guy drops,
mm-hmm.
it seems like he detonated the tracker as he fell, or right before he died. So they have 20 minutes before a squadron heads their way, or not a squadron, like a patrol or something. Yeah, heads their way.
The squadron, right? I think it's squadron.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Squadron.
Why not?
So they find out they have 15, 20 minutes, and they go off to go find the prisoner that they're gonna rescue. They open it up, and we find out it's an old buddy of his, of Mando. But apparently Mando left him for dead. And so when they got there, they ended up betraying Mando and pushing him, and they pushed him into the cell.
Yeah. That was their sneaky little plan, this guy.
So they were able to rescue him, but they were able to imprison Mando, and Mando couldn't get out. There's no way of him being able to get out. Once he's stuck there, he's stuck there.
Exactly. And this prisoner, who's Quinn, played by Ismael Cruz Cordova, he's also the sister of sister. He's the brother of Xi'an.
So we find out that they're siblings. So their hatred for Mando is pretty great.
They have scores to settle with Mando for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mando's passed. I wonder if we're gonna get more of it in season 2. I hope so.
We'll see.
So he's stuck in there, and they're about to leave, and this is when Baby Yoda leaves his little area, and he goes to the cockpit, and he finds Zero, and Zero's kind of like, oh, what is this? Interesting. And he grabs Zero grabs the blaster and turns around. I guess he was about to shoot Baby Yoda, but Baby Yoda disappears because he must have sensed it from the robot.
Yeah, Zero's blaster looks very similar to Boba Fett's.
Was it? I really didn't pay much attention to it.
Like the kind of handle and all that stuff, how it looks to me, it looked kind of like Boba Fett's. Maybe it's a little different on the nozzle and all that stuff, but it kind of looked very similar.
Interesting. I wonder if I'm gonna look it up later.
I'm not saying that's Boba Fett's, but I'm saying like it looks very.
Maybe I'll
close.
put like a little image.
Yeah.
Here.
maybe it's like a brand of blaster or.
That's true.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see.
So Mando's stuck there, right, in his little prison cage, and there's a robot that's passing by, and he takes advantage of that, and he actually shoots his grappling hook, pulls him to the door. He knows that the droid's going to try to shoot him, so he grabs the blaster, and he's able to pull the arm off of the droid. That's to be really strong in order to break the arm off of it, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then he shoots the droid with the same blaster. And then he uses the arm. He's able to retract the key from it and open the gate. And then he's loose.
It's on now. It's on.
So from here on out, it's cat and mouse.
Yes. Not mouse droids. It's cat and
mouse.
They're the mouse.
And so Zero tells them that he escaped, and they're all pissed off. And then Xi'an's like, "We should have shot him. We should have killed him." And then I guess they wanted. I don't know why they didn't shoot him. If they really wanted revenge, they should have just shot him. But I guess they just wanted to humiliate him.
That too, and I think it's like it also has to relate to with Xi'an and Quill's betrayal from Mando.
Right.
is that he left them.
Mm-hmm.
He left Quinn. I don't know. He left him to die or whatnot. What we find out later.
Right.
And then he left Xi'an with a broken heart. So maybe it was like their sense of revenge. Killing him probably won't be enough because he's not hurting as much as they hurt when he left them.
Yeah.
So maybe that's that. But then also she's the one who said we should have just killed him.
Yeah.
So I'm not too sure. I agree with them. If you're gonna trap a Mandalorian, make sure he's dead.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Especially, I don't know. It would have hurt Mando, but they would have had to dealt with him later on because he would have gone straight back. He would have found a way to escape.
Right.
He would have gone back to them and just cause havoc.
Right.
And who knows what would have happened to Baby Yoda?
That too.
He would have wanted.
Yeah.
He would have wanted. He knows where they're at. He knows where they operate from. So for them to think that they're gonna easily escape him, no, he's gonna hunt him down. He's a bounty hunter.
He's always thinking 5 steps ahead.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And you could tell this entire episode, he just felt like it. We knew that they were gonna betray him.
It was those looks.
Yeah.
It was those looks.
And especially with Xi'an, with her evil laugh and her her hissing.
I normally like this actress, but I'm not too sure with Xi'an's portrayal.
Mm-hmm.
Like I never seen any of those other species of that species like hiss or all that. Maybe that's like her thing. She's like a weird circus acrobat.
Kinda
knives.
Yeah.
And it's so weird. I don't know if that's maybe what Mando liked. Maybe she was a little kinky or something like that.
They had an entanglement.
He had his bucket on, so we'll see.
Okay, so we're at this point now where he's loose, and they know he's loose. So they try to go get him, right? But he's already at the control rooms.
Yeah.
Starts closing a bunch of the gates off.
Red lights.
Oh man, yeah. The alarms go off. Turns off the lights.
Yes. On my notes, I wrote down horror movie. Now it's a horror movie. Mando's Jason.
Mando
they're walking
turns into
around.
the Predator.
They're going through the whole thing in the air. All that stuff. It's horror movie now.
So his first victim that gets to him is Berg, right? And Mando starts trying to strangle him with a noose, which doesn't work because he pulls him straight from the roof.
Berg just pulls on him, and Mando falls through that whatever roof that is. That little what is it? Like a rack?
Rafters?
Yeah,
whatever.
He just falls through that thing like nothing. Oh my god, I loved it so much.
And they get into a fight. He uses his flamethrower on him. Does nothing to his face.
Yeah.
It's just I guess they're immune to it. The species is immune to it.
Yeah.
Since they're like devils. So it does nothing to him, and they're just going off into a crazy fight. And it seems like Berg's gonna beat him.
Oh yeah,
Berg seems like he has his upper hand.
It's like another Mudhorn situation. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And it isn't until they get to the door that Mando's able to close the door, drop the door on him.
Yeah.
But it does nothing to him. He's lifting it up. And then the next part, he closes the I guess it's like the
blast door or something
the
like
blast
that.
doors, yeah. And it crushes him right in the face.
Oh.
Which is had to hurt.
Definitely. So who's his next victim?
His next victim was it Xi'an?
Or
was it Mayfield?
It was Xi'an.
Yeah, Xi'an. So Xi'an's going through the corridors, and she knows Mando pretty well because she kind of sensed him when he was behind her.
Oh yeah.
So she starts throwing little knives at her, and he's pretty much blocking them all and doing his Batman thing. beats her rather easily.
Yeah, it just takes her out
Yeah,
very
takes her
quickly.
out very quickly. And then we get to Mayfield, which was the coolest part because as like the lights were kind of like flashing, you could see Mando slowly getting closer and closer. And Mayfield's like, "What's going on?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I know he's here." Turns around, he's not behind him.
Yeah.
But he is.
I liked Mayfield's reaction. He's like, no. Like, it's like, no, come on. Don't do this.
That's not fair.
It's not fair. And I like how they're all backstabbers.
Mm-hmm.
They backstabbed Mando, and brother's backstabbing sister, and like you can't trust any of these guys. They all deserve what they. Yeah.
Scum and villainy.
Scum and villainy.
Which is probably going to be an episode. Who knows? In
There you go.
season 2. and so he takes out Bill Burr. I mean Mayfield, right? It's not the same guy. And he gets to I keep forgetting his name.
Quinn.
Quinn. Yeah, it's Quinn, right? Yeah, Quinn. He gets to Quinn. And Quinn makes a deal with Mando. It's like, all right, you win.
He makes a lot of promises. This dude
makes a lot of promises. And so Mando and Quinn settle their differences in a way. And at this point, what happened?
Mando still needs money.
Yeah, Mando still needs the money. So he's like, you know what? Since you guys have a no questions policy, I'm gonna go with it. I know that he has to like. I'm gonna turn him in. Job is done. I get the money. I'm out. So at this point, Zero is hunting down Baby Yoda. So he's like going through all the wreckage. Baby Yoda's like just hiding. How does like Baby Yoda know that he's like being hunted by this thing? Does he like the Force or
maybe it's a smart being? He's 50 years old.
I'm sure he's seen it before.
Maybe, yeah. We don't know the adventures of young Baby child.
Yoda. Yeah. Killed so many frogs.
So many frogs, Cyclops frog. All this other stuff. We don't know.
So he gets really close to him. He actually finds him in Mando's bed, and Zero's about to shoot him. And Baby Yoda is like reaching up his hand, and about to shoot his force powers at him.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like Zero blows up. There's like a gunshot. And he falls over. Little Baby Yoda looks at his hand.
I like how Yoda's like, did I do that?
I was like, what?
Yeah.
We find out it was Mando. Mando's the one that shot him. And that was the end of the whole caper part. And they take off. And they asked him what happened to the rest of the guys, and he was like, you know what? They got what they deserve. So they kind of thought that, oh man, Mando killed him. Man, that's it for them. And that's what I thought too when I first saw it.
Yes. And we found out that he just put him in a cell.
Yeah.
Now, here's the question I have for you. Do you agree with what Mando does, or do you think he should have just left him and killed him?
I agree with what he did because I want to see them again.
Okay.
And then I feel like Mando had the upper hand during this time. If he would have killed him, I would have been kind of disappointed.
Okay.
But then again, like, I think if they escape and he has to go after them, or they're going after him and he claim the bounty off of them, that'd be pretty cool. So I'm sure we're gonna see them in future episodes. I'm sure they're gonna escape the Republic somehow.
I just would have liked to see him get killed. Target practice, as Mando likes to say. Just kill them. They're all sneaky bastards, you know. Like they're gonna screw him again, and it's kind of like one of those things in which I should have just took care of you later, and now you're a problem for me again.
Right.
Yeah.
It adds to the story.
Yeah.
I feel like.
It shows Mando as a character too.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said before, he's like the Batman. And he's putting the insane people into the insane asylum.
To Arkham.
Arkham. He's putting
He
them
has
in
a
Arkham.
no-kill policy.
No kill
I don't
policy.
know.
Except if you're a droid, he doesn't care.
Well, he has killed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He killed Toro last episode, which I think of you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know. I was like surprised that Toro survived, but then he like that these guys survived. I mean,
Right.
Toro died,
Yeah,
and then
these
guys survived. So yeah. So they get to the station where his old buddy's there, and turns in Quinn, and then they ask him what happened to the rest of the guys.
Yeah.
And that's like when Mando's like, "You said no questions, right?"
No questions asked.
And he's like, "No questions asked. You're right." And gives him the
gets
money.
The payment.
Gets the payment.
Gets the payment.
Mando takes off.
Mm-hmm.
That's when his old friend decides, you know what? Yeah, I don't need him anymore. I got who I wanted, and I also don't like him, and I'm gonna take him out.
Ran, dude. They're all of them.
All of them, man. All of them, dude. And so he preps a gunship to go after Mando to go take him out.
Mm-hmm.
And right when this happens, that's when you see, you hear some beeping.
Mm-hmm.
And then Quinn looks down and he notices that he had the tracker beacon from Matt Lantern. Was it no Lantern? I can't even say his.
Lantern.
Uh-huh. That he had the tracking beacon that he pressed for the it wasn't like it was
a distress signal.
Distress signal. Mm-hmm. There you go. He presses the distress signal, so that's like he finds out that he has it, and he's like, "Oh, what is this?" And his old friend like looks and he's like, "Oh, crap!" And that's when you see these X-wings, 3 X-wings come out, and of course it's the directors from the Mandalorian that are flying those ships.
Mm-hmm.
You got Dave Filoni, what's his name? Deborah Chow and Rick Famuyiwa. I don't know why I have to say it that way. Famuyiwa.
It's a difficult last name. There we go.
So they're coming in. They pass the Razor Crest, and they're like, "Oh, there it is! Like the signal's coming from that station." Okay.
Looks like they're about to launch a gunship.
And then they just start shooting at it.
No investigation. No
questions asked. No.
No questions asked. Is this what the New Republic has come to?
I guess so. Like, yeah.
That they just send like rogue yellow. I think it's Yellow Squadron that they're in. These guys are just cowboys. They go in and they're like, all right, screw it. Like, wow. All right.
Is Yellow Squadron like the last of the squadron? Like not one step away from Z? I'm like the last squadron.
I don't know. That's too much down the rabbit hole for me.
We got to find out more about the squadron.
Maybe on Squadrons. They'll be on Squadrons.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait. I pre-ordered that game too.
Hey, there you go. Maybe we'll see these characters: Trapple Wolf, Dodger, and whatever the other guy her name is.
She is. Where is that? Sash Ketter. I hope we see them again. Maybe they're flying those X-wings in season 2 trailer.
Maybe.
Right?
Yeah. All right.
I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out in season 2. And that's how the episode ends. They blow up the ship, the station. they're just shooting at it.
It's like, all right. I thought at first they just like sent their torpedoes in, but they actually kind of shoot it and like blow it up and all.
Yeah, they blow up the gunship first.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm kind of wondering, do you think that his old friend and Quinn escaped?
No. I think they're
toast.
They're dead. Yeah, they're toast. Especially Quinn, because don't we see Quinn get like blasted off? We see running.
Yeah.
And Quinn is still there, kind of like, whoa, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. Probably, I don't know, maybe he did dodge it and he ran and got to an escape pod.
Maybe.
And then later on they help escape the other guys. Or maybe the Imperials go try to save the officer.
Mm-hmm.
That was in there. And they also let those guys out. Who knows?
Because the security and the pilot is practically dead.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
So
definitely.
like, it's all game now, it's all for the pickings.
Yeah. So what was your thought of this episode compared to the other ones that we saw?
So I kind of want to say that this is the best of the 3 standalone episodes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because of course the first 3 and the last 2 are connected, right? So then we have those 5 that are like practically one arc, and then these standalone ones. So Sanctuary and Gunslinger are kind of here and there. Like I said, our last episode, they both have good pros and then their cons and all that stuff. But this is way up there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I love the ensemble cast, the actors. It was fun seeing them and seeing their names and all that stuff. Because I know these people. I know that voice. I know Bill Burr. And it was tense. It was exciting. It had a lot of, like how's Mando gonna get out of this time?
Yeah,
which was not felt in the last 2 episodes. So
I totally agree with you.
I think this is, if not the best episode, until the last 2. So yeah,
it's a good setup for the next 2.
Absolutely.
Because these 3 episodes that were in the middle of the Mandalorian are kind of, I don't know, they're world builders,
right?
It didn't really feel it didn't feel like it was part of the story. But yeah, I would separate these 2 as their own, right? Like these 3 as their own, from 4 to 5 to 6. Those are like their own episodes, and then you have like the first 3 and the last 2. So the 5 episodes that are actually the main ones.
Yes.
Which I kind of feel like that's what's gonna happen for season 2 as well. Either the first 2 are gonna be connected, and then maybe, who knows, the 3rd one to the 6th one are probably gonna be separated.
There are 8 episodes too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the last 2 are gonna be like the ones that are kind of bring everything together, I think. So who knows? I don't know how they're gonna do it for the next season. So
we could only wait on Mandalorian.
Hashtag Mandalorian. Heard it here first.
Yeah. All right.
Do you have anything else you want to say?
Not really. Just for everyone to we have our an Instagram account, and the Highground Pod on Instagram, and I update every week our episodes, and please just follow us, and if you want to get an update, subscribe. There you go. And subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Hopefully you guys like us. Hit that like button if you guys like us.
Share, like, and subscribe, and all that stuff, and be kind in the comments.
Let us know what you thought of this episode. We want to know what you guys think.
Yeah.
And then we can talk with you guys. And
if you agree with us, if you disagree with us,
let us know.
Let's be a civil debate, not like the actual presidential debate. Let's be civil.
Whoa. That was a train wreck. But we don't talk about that. All right.
I didn't even watch it.
No politics.
I watched The Mandalorian.
No politics here. No politics here. We're gonna stay away from the politics.
Ooh.
That's gonna be whatever happens with those 2.
The only politics we talk about is how the New Republic sent in those X-Wings to just destroy whatever outpost that was. What if it was holding families? Yeah. What if it had refugees in?
Who knows what Palpatine would have done under Palpatine's administration, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's in charge right now?
It's pretty big. What if Rand only owned that that garage, and like all the other garages were owned by like independent contractors and businesses and all that? Does the Republic pilots care?
Yeah, no.
No, they're just gonna shoot the whole thing down.
Yeah, it has independent contractors in there fixing ships. People are just trying to make a living.
Exactly.
I don't
Right.
think they should have questioned it. I think.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
poor mechanics are just back there like doing their job, you know.
Yeah, those
What
are the
if
only politics we're gonna get into
yes,
is Star Wars politics.
what if there were off-world Jawas in there? How would you
Oh
feel
my
about
god.
that?
I would have been sad.
Yeah.
I would have been like,
Just thinking of that
no,
Soga
no.
and then all of a sudden it's just like
Yeah, gone. All gone.
never to see the Soga
Yeah,
again.
no Suga.
Suga. There
Suga!
you go. All right, all
All
right.
right, guys. You guys have a good night, and thank you for watching our show, and thank you for making it this far if you did. Thank you.
Thank you. You are brave.
And you guys have a good night, and may the force be with you.
Thank you, guys.